So this video is about why you should be absolutely terrified of 5G. And it's not for the reason you think. Okay? Yes, we have possible health effects. And of course, there's plenty of videos on the internet and plenty of industry experts debunking the possibility that there may be health effects of 5G. Well, I'm not going to get into that. That's not the reason why you should be absolutely terrified of 5G, although it probably is a consideration. And just because the 5G is not ionizing radiation, it does not mean it doesn't have negative health consequences. So do your own research on that, but that's not why you should be terrified of the 5G. The reason you should be terrified of the 5G is that it will essentially open the floodgates for artificial intelligence. Okay, the 5G is about 100 times faster than the 4G. So this technology will allow for things to be done on the internet that have not been possible up to this date because of a lack of bandwidth. For example, we all know that there are now autonomously driving cars on the road. With the 5G, you could have the whole traffic on the road with smart cars communicating to each other in real time, directing traffic, making sure none of the cars hit each other. But what's to stop somebody who doesn't like you or the government from taking control of your car? Okay, this is just one example. The 5G will open up a whole spectrum of new technologies, or I should say new applications that we can possibly not even imagine yet. But most importantly, 5G will make it possible for AI companies, governments, to do data mining like they have never done before. Consider the Internet of Things, okay? Your Alexa device, your smartwatch, your phone, your refrigerator, hell, maybe your toaster is connected to the internet. The 5G will allow more data gathering, and as artificial intelligence progresses, the 5G will allow governments, corporations, other entities to not only gather more data, but to use that data for the purposes of making money. For example, the majority of trades on the US stock exchanges are already bot trades. Now, imagine 5G and artificial intelligence. Because of the increase of broadband, the AI is able to gather more information about what people are thinking, what people are doing, what people are watching. It's not too great of a leap to see how this network could start to make predictions about, say, upcoming merger and acquisitions that haven't been released, FDA approvals that haven't been released, big deals that haven't been disclosed yet, allowing people, or just artificially intelligent computer traders to profit from the equity markets. in a way that is unfair, in a way that you could never predict, okay? This is the key. This is the data mining that the 5G will allow, combined with the artificial intelligence that is being developed. This is where things get really, really hairy and diabolical. Okay? Now imagine an artificially intelligent real estate program, okay? You've got a big company or a government or whatever. Now this artificial intelligent bot could buy real estate, could look around at the entire real estate network available over the internet and the 5G, and buy up properties that are undervalued, okay? Basically, what's going to happen is that all markets will have a reduction in their inefficiency or an increase in their efficiency, meaning there will be less opportunity for humans to profit in different markets, whether it's the stock market, the real estate market, business acquisition market. The ability of artificial intelligence to gather data via 5G is going to make it very difficult for humans to turn a profit in the marketplace. Because what are computers good at? They're good at gathering data, lots of data, and analyzing it very quickly. The 5G gives them the bandwidth to do that on a scale that is going to push humans out of the marketplace. So it's not just investing in its various forms. The AI will put humans via the 5G out of work, okay? I'm not just talking about retail, not just talking about manual labor jobs. In fact, the first jobs that may be lost are actually higher level, upper middle class information jobs. Sorry, these gnats are kind of bothering me. So imagine a doctor, okay? A doctor looks at patients, doctor looks at their labs, doctors make diagnoses, and they prescribe medication. Now imagine a supercomputer doctor, okay? Dr. AI. Via the 5G network, this artificially intelligent doctor is able to see thousands of patients a day via the 5G network and hardware installed at various locations. Cameras, obviously patient labs can be uploaded to this artificially intelligent doctor. And this doctor, this computer doctor, could see thousands of patients, presumably, thousands of patients a day. Okay? It goes through the labs, each patient's labs, their photographs of their injuries, okay? Any kind of data that a doctor would normally gather in person could be done with cameras or computers. Okay, this artificially intelligent doctor is able to go onto the internet, read all the medical journals, all the new articles and information in the medical field very quickly. Okay, it's essentially a super doctor. No human doctor can stay ahead of everything as fast as an artificially intelligent doctor could via the 5G network. So you can see it's going to put out professionals, not just normal Joes. What we would consider higher level professionals are going to become obsolete. So to summarize, we have data mining, and we have essentially the takeover of human jobs by the AI. I don't think this is very far-fetched. I think it's pretty obvious where things are going, and I think it's pretty obvious that nobody is going to be able to stop it. Why are they pushing so hard for the 5G? It's because it's a matter of national security and competitive advantage. The first countries to install the 5G are going to be at a huge competitive advantage to other countries. The first corporations to have access to the 5G are going to be at a huge advantage to other corporations. So, as with any new technology, it's an arms race to see who can get it first. Because really, the 5G, this is not just another increase in, this is not just another increase in internet connectivity speeds. This is a lot bigger than that, and I think this is going to trigger. This is going to trigger a revolution comparable with that of the internet 30 years ago, perhaps an even greater level of change, and it's only going to increase the level of change that we're seeing, which is already progressing at a very high rate. So this is a step change. This is a whole new level. This is paving the way for the takeover of artificial intelligence that is essentially going to make most humans obsolete. So why are we doing this? How does this benefit humanity? Why are we putting up the 5G? Why are we pursuing artificial intelligence? How is this good for us? Does anybody feel like their mental health has improved through the internet, checking their phone 25 times a day, 50, 100 times a day, like it's some kind of drug? This isn't improving the lives of the average person. It's not making jobs easier. The only people it's helping are the ones who own the technology, right? Whatever field you work in, computers, robotics, they haven't helped your job get easier. They haven't increased your pay. They just make you do more work. The volume of work goes up, the number of staff required to do that work goes down, but the worker never sees a benefit from this technology. This technology, in technology in general, but 5G in particular, is going to benefit the companies and governments that own it. And this is where it's really scary, because how are we to trust the people? How are we to trust the people who own this technology to not push it too far? It's a gold mine for them, an absolute gold mine. It gives them a competitive advantage over everybody else. So how are we to trust them not to push it too far? How are we to trust them not to push artificial intelligence beyond the point where humans are able to control it, beyond the point where humans benefit from it? Okay? Are we creating a world for the benefit, progress, and development of artificial intelligence and robots? Or do we want to create a world for the benefit of humanity? doesn't matter. Okay? They own the technology. It is for their financial gain and benefit. So that's why 5G is so scary. I don't mean to rant and rave. I know I probably sound like a crazy person, but I think people need to realize this. This is not something that's way off in the future. This is right now. The future is created in the present moment. And right now, we are headed straight for, rushing for a technological apocalypse. And 5G is the floodgates. 5G is the opening, it is the gateway to artificial intelligence applications that are not only going to make it very difficult for humans, the average person, to innovate. It's already getting harder. It's already more competitive than it's ever been for a person to innovate. Okay, that's just going to get harder with 5G and artificial intelligence. So it's going to get harder for humans to innovate. The workplace is going to become more difficult, more competitive. Hundreds of people competing for the same job. Maybe a lot of you already feel that pressure. You're already working 80-hour weeks, busting your tail. You're stressed to the max. Well, if you've got 100 people in line for that job and you buckle, it's tough luck. So there's a lot to be concerned with the 5G. And this isn't, again, this is the present moment where we create the future. So people need to be concerned about this now. I don't know that it can be changed, but at the very least, we should be preparing for the change and aware of the change and take steps now to put ourselves in a position, hopefully a better position, than we would be if we were completely unaware, out to lunch, head in the sand about the changes that are taking place. So again, 5G, okay, this is the floodgates to AI. It's happening right now. And I hope you share this video with your friends if you thought it was good. I may explore this topic in more depth. Sometimes it's kind of hard to speak off the cuff. Please, if you want to add to the conversation in the comments, share this with your family. Everybody needs to be aware of this. Not saying people aren't, but I feel like there could definitely be more awareness, and they're focusing on the health concerns, which is great. You know, we need to be concerned about health risks, but honestly, that's not the biggest risk here. It is the data mining, the lack of privacy, the artificial intelligence that we need to worry about with the 5G. So thank you for watching. Again, if this video gets enough attention, I may make another video where I explore this topic in greater depth. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.